everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm gonna be giving you all the tips and tricks that I wish I knew when I first started crocheting. So if you want to master the art, keep watching. First tip that I would recommend is starting with a bigger needle. So I would like maybe a size 5.5mm crochet hook or 6mm crochet hook. Either or will do. And then thicker yarn, but like a firm thicker yarn, not acrylic. No, I find acrylic not so nice to learn with. Everybody recommends it, but I don't recommend it. I recommend, okay, I've got satin yarn because I don't have the ribbon yarn. But Yarn Art and Bella Yarn both do a really nice ribbon yarn. I think the Bella yarn's maybe a little bit cheaper, but it's a go-to. And then also, third tip, I would start with making something small or something that's rewarding. So that's why I recommend the thicker yarn, because it goes way quicker. So whether you make a little bag or a crop top, anything will do, but it will get you hooked. So that's what we want at the end of the day. So let's get started. So tip 4, we're gonna learn to hold our yarn. So I like to have my yarn around my pinky and then weave it around my forefinger, or you can just have it around your forefinger and let it hang like so. So then, now for tip 6, you're gonna have to hold your work correctly. So you hold your work with your thumb and your middle finger, and this finger controls the tension of the yarn. So now we're going to start by making a chain. So that's yarn around your needle, pull through like so. So yarn around and twist and pull through. So the trick is to make the needle work for you. You're not doing any of the work. That's tip 7. Make the needle do the work. Yarn around, pull through. Yarn around, pull through. So I'm not using my fingers to get the yarn through the stitch, none of that. We don't want any of that. You want to hold your work correctly, and then your needle should be able to do the work for you. Yarn around, pull through. Yarn around, pull through. So I'm only doing a small chain. And now we are gonna start with a single crochet. So always when you start single crochet, you chain 1. Okay, you can see we chain 1. Then you go into that stitch, not that stitch, the second stitch from your needle, because that was the chain 1 that we did. So through the stitch, I don't know if you can see the stitches. See, each little ball, not ball, like circle, is a stitch. Okay, so you go through the stitch, catch, pull through. So you have 2 loops, yarn around, catch, pull through. So you have 1 loop. So yarn through the stitch, so the next stitch right after, through the stitch, catch, pull through, yarn around, pull through, 2 loops. And this is why I recommend using a bigger yarn, is because you can see your work easier, and also it's more rewarding. So yarn around, catch, make your needle work, pull through. So you have 2 loops, yarn around, pull through, 2 loops. Can you see the next stitch? Right there. Yarn around. See, it looks like a braid, right? But it's the top loop of the braid that you're working into. Yarn around, through, catch, pull through, 2 loops. Yarn around. Well, no, yarn, needle through the stitch, next stitch, you can see. So that's the stitch you worked into, then that's the next stitch, right next to it. Yarn through, needle through, catch, and then pull the yarn through. So you have 2 loops, catch, pull through 2 loops. Through the stitch, catch, pull through, pull through. We repeat this until the last stitch, and I will explain the last stitch. See, this is the last stitch. That was your slip knot. So we go into that last stitch with a single crochet. And now we are now making the single crochet go up. So to do that, we have to chain 1. We need to, so that's yarn around your needle and pull the yarn through the stitch. Then what you do is your work's facing that way. You flip your work around to the left. So now you're working from right to left, and you can see the stitches we need to work into. So you see, these are the 2 V's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 V's. So we go into the first V, so you put your needle through 2 V's, both the V's, right? Then you catch the yarn and you pull it through. So you have 2 loops. Then yarn around, pull through 2 loops again. Then yarn through the stitch, catch, pull through. So the chain row is always the most difficult because you can't really see what you're doing. But once you have your foundation row of single crochets, you can see what you're doing. So you can see your 2 V's, you put needle through, you catch, and you pull through. Yarn around, through, and then catch, through both loops. Okay, so that was our last stitch. So now what we do is you chain 1, you flip your work around, and we're working from right to left again. So you go into that very first stitch there, catch, pull through 2. You can see the stitches we need to work into. You got your 2 V's, through the stitch, catch, pull through. And then you just continue this until you make a square or however long you want to do. So that's your single crochet. Now I'm just going to show you how to finish off your work. So you can see you've got your stitch there. You're just going to chop the yarn. Then you catch the yarn as if you were doing a chain, and then you just pull it through and then fasten it off. And then that's your work done. Now we're gonna start with half double crochet. So we've done our chain, and now we're gonna chain 2, 1, 2, and you can see that's the chain we started with. So your chain 2 makes up 1 half double crochet. So yarn around through the stitch. Okay, so let me explain. Yarn around through the stitch, catch the yarn, pull it through. So you have 3 loops on your needle. Then yarn around, pull through all 3 loops. Yarn around your hook. You can see the stitch we need to go into. Pull it through. So you have 3 loops. Then yarn around, pull through all 3 loops. Yarn around, through, catch. So you have 3 loops, then yarn around, catch, and pull through all 3 loops. And you just repeat that until you get to the end of the row. So yarn around, through the stitch, catch, pull through, yarn around, through, and pull through all. So I'll meet you once we have completed this. So we have completed the row in half double crochets. So what we're going to do now is we're going to chain 2. So 1, 2. You're going to flip your work around, and you can see, like the single crochets, you have your V's. So yarn around, through, catch, pull through, and then pull through all 3 loops. Yarn around your needle, through the stitch, catch the yarn over your needle, pull through, yarn around, so you just repeat this like single crochet until you have your square. Pretty simple. And when you get to the end, you chain 2, flip around, and then you work from right to left always. So now I'm going to show you double crochet. So I've chained a chain of 7, and then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2. So double crochet is yarn around your needle. We're going to go into that 7th stitch, so that's 9, and that chain 2 counts as 1 stitch, by the way. So yarn around your needle, through the stitch, catch the yarn, so you twist your needle to catch the yarn, and then you pull it through the stitch. So you have 3 loops on your needle. Then yarn around, pull through 2 loops, then yarn around, pull through 2 loops again. So you can see the next stitch we need to go into. Yarn around your needle, through, catch, and pull it through. So you have 3 loops, yarn around, pull through 2, yarn around, pull through 2. Catch your yarn through the stitch, pull through 2. So you have 3 loops, then pull through 2. So you have 2 loops, pull through 2. And you just continue this like we did for the other stitches until the end of the row. So we worked into that end stitch there. So now what you're going to do, chain 2, 1, 2, flip your work around, so you're working from right to left, and then you can see the stitches we need to work into. The 2 V's, yarn around, pull through 2. Catch the yarn around your needles, and then you insert your needle through the stitch, so under the 2 V's, then yarn around and pull it through, then yarn around, pull through 2, and then pull through 2 again. Yarn around, through, so you catch, so you have 3 loops, then you catch the yarn, pull through 2 loops, catch the yarn, pull through 2 loops again. So you do this until you have a little square. I hope that you enjoyed all these tips that I wish I had when I started crocheting. But now I hope that you're hooked, and I'll see you in all my other videos. See you crocheting fabulous things.